Are we really living in the Matrix? Or is that just what people say when real life starts feeling too strange? I do not think this world is a simulation. I think the world is real. But screens, AI, and algorithms are pulling us out of it. What do you believe? Write it in the comments. People did not start talking about the Matrix because they are stupid. Something around us really does feel off. A fake video can look real now, AI can answer like a person, and your phone can show you something you never searched for, but somehow it still feels connected to you. After enough of that, people start asking if life is still normal. Are we making our own choices, or are we moving through systems that already know what we will click, watch, fear, and argue about? I understand why this theory became popular. Modern life does not feel natural anymore. Every app studies behavior, every platform predicts taste, and every screen gives a slightly different version of the world. Still, none of that proves we are living inside a simulation. It proves that real life is being filtered before it reaches us. Matrix theory gives people a big explanation, and that is why it spreads so easily. It makes them feel like they figured out the trick, like everyone else is asleep and only they can see it. But maybe that is also the trap. If everything is just code, then nothing belongs to you anymore. Your habits, wasted time, opinions, anger, fear, and choices can all be blamed on the system. That sounds deep for a moment. Then it starts to look like an excuse. While people argue online about whether the universe is fake, real systems around them are already shaping how they think, buy, date, work, and see themselves. You do not need a secret machine under the city for that. A screen in your hand is enough. It studies your behavior, learns your weak moments, and slowly teaches you to live through it before you even notice. So maybe the question is not, are we living in a simulation? Maybe the better question is this: why does real life feel so fake now? And who benefits when millions of people stop trusting the world in front of them? The simulation idea did not stay inside the movie. The Matrix came out in 1999, and people remembered the red pill, the fake world, and that uncomfortable question, what if reality is not what we think it is? At first, it was just a film. Then the internet took it. And the internet has a way of turning one strong idea into a shortcut for everything. Now, when something feels strange, people say it is a glitch in the Matrix. Sometimes it is a joke. But sometimes you can hear that people are not really joking anymore. That is where the topic gets interesting. Because this idea was not only pushed by random accounts online. Serious people talked about it too. Nick Bostrom wrote one of the most famous arguments about simulation theory, but many people misunderstood the point. He did not prove that we live in a simulation. He asked a question. If one future civilization becomes powerful enough to build entire simulated worlds, maybe the people inside those worlds would believe their reality is real. That is an interesting thought. But it is not proof. And this is where the whole thing starts to break. People take a question and treat it like an answer. Then they add AI, realistic video games, fake voices, fake faces, virtual worlds, and tech billionaires talking about the future. Suddenly the theory feels stronger than it really is. But feeling is not evidence. A world can feel strange without being fake. Life can feel controlled without being coded by some hidden creator. That is the part people keep skipping. Maybe we do not feel trapped because we live inside a simulation. Maybe we feel trapped because real systems already study us, predict us, push us, distract us, and sell our attention back to us every day. The universe is fake sounds huge. My phone controls too much of my life sounds smaller. But one of those things is happening right in front of us. The other one is still just a theory people run to when real life becomes too uncomfortable. Here is where the simulation theory loses me. It sounds powerful when somebody says it fast. The world is fake, reality is code, someone built all of this, and we are just characters moving through the system. I get why that catches people. It feels big. It feels like an answer. But stay with it for more than 30 seconds and it starts falling apart. If this world was built by someone, why build it like this? Why build ordinary people waking up tired, going to work, paying bills, getting sick, losing people they love, sitting in traffic, trying to fix their lives, failing, trying again, and doing all of that for years? What is the point of that simulation? Entertainment? Research? Some kind of test? Maybe. But now we are not solving anything. We are just adding another mystery on top of the one we already had. And then comes the next problem. If someone outside our world created this world, what about their world? Is that one real, or did someone create that too? You can keep pushing the question higher and higher, but at some point it stops being an explanation. It becomes a loop. That is why I do not think we live in the Matrix is the real answer. I think people say it because their own life already feels artificial. A lot of us wake up and touch the phone before we even touch the day. News, messages, clips, arguments, fake faces, fake success, fake confidence, fake outrage. Before you even leave the house, your head is already full of a world somebody else arranged for you. So yes, life can start to feel scripted. But that does not mean the universe is fake. It can mean your routine is being written by habits you barely notice, and by apps designed to keep you there. These apps know the weak moments. They know when you are bored, when you are angry, when you are lonely, when you want to escape for 5 minutes and then lose an hour. They know what to put in front of you so you stay a little longer. That is not science fiction. That is business. And honestly, that is more disturbing than the Matrix theory, because it does not need some hidden creator outside reality. It only needs real companies, real data, real screens, and people who keep handing over more of their day. So when someone says, "This feels like the Matrix," I understand the feeling. Something is wrong. I just think they are pointing too far away. The fake world is not hidden outside the universe. It is the one we open every morning, while the real one waits right in front of us. The part people get right is the feeling. Something does feel wrong. But I do not think the answer is that the sky is rendered, your street is coded, and your life is running on some machine outside the universe. That sounds dramatic, but it also lets people escape the harder question. What if the world is real, and we are the ones slowly moving away from it? Look at how normal life works now. A place is not just a place anymore. Before someone goes there, they check reviews, ratings, photos, comments, and some stranger's opinion. A person is not just a person anymore. You see the profile first, the image first, the version they built for the public. Even news does not arrive as news for everyone. It arrives through a feed that already knows what will make you stop, react, argue, or stay angry. That changes how you see reality. And then AI steps in and makes the whole thing stranger. Now the screen does not only show you other people's lives. It talks back to you. It gives advice. It writes messages. It creates faces, voices, images, stories, and opinions that look human enough for most people to stop asking where they came from. So when someone says life feels fake, I understand that. But I think they are blaming the wrong thing. The universe does not have to be fake for your daily life to feel artificial. It is enough that the first version of the world you see every morning comes through a device built to keep your attention. That is where the real problem sits. Not in some secret machine controlling reality, but in a normal habit that became so ordinary we stopped questioning it. We wake up, reach for the phone, and let someone else's system decide what mood we enter the day with. That is not the Matrix from the movie. It is simpler than that, and maybe worse. Nobody had to trap us in a fake world. The digital one became faster, cleaner, easier, and more addictive than the real one. So people stayed there. And after enough time, reality did not disappear. It just started feeling like the boring version. So where does that leave us? I do not think we are living in a simulation. That theory sounds big because it gives people a hidden villain, a secret machine, and something outside themselves to blame. A fake universe would be easy to hate. Our real situation is harder, because we helped build it and we keep feeding it every day. Most of us are not waking up inside pods. Before we even step into the day, a screen already tells us what to fear, what to want, who to compare ourselves to, and what to be angry about. This is not a simulation. People are living inside patterns built on attention, habit, comfort, and escape. Maybe that question, is reality fake, is too convenient. Real life is still here. Time is real. Attention is real. Now the problem is that we give so much of it away, and then wonder why everything feels empty. Reality was not deleted. It was buried under feeds, filters, AI voices, fake faces, constant noise, and a digital life that became easier than the real one. Screens did not trap us by force. We chose them because they were faster, cleaner, easier, and always waiting. Believing in the Matrix may feel deep. Admitting that we walked away from real life is much harder. Nobody had to put us in a fake world. One day at a time, we started choosing the digital one. What do you believe? Write it in the comments.